Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Anime Review. This is episode number 20. So we're going to review the 13th episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Golden Wind, which is also the 126th episode of the anime, The Man in the Mirror and Purple. This one basically covered the second half of chapter 481 and goes straight to 485. And that's at the manga. What happens in this particular episode? This kind of wraps up another two-parter for the series. Well, this particular season anyways. Yeah, with the exception of the one that came just before this, generally every single battle has taken up at least 2 episodes of the series. Well, at least this particular season. Last one before this one took up 3 episodes, that was something. This one wraps up the whole thing with, we have Gorno, Avocado, Rio, and Fugo just take on this mirror guy named Illusiono, and they do eventually find the key they're looking for. Yeah, and it's kept in a crack in the floor, which that's not a place to keep a very important key. And I gotta say, the design of this key is quite interesting. It's got this big red jewel on it, and apparently this is gonna lead to the boss. Okay, that's just gonna be interesting, especially as it's gonna change, well, over the course of the next, well, to reverse this whole entire thing when they meet the boss, and how much of a evil person he is. Excuse me. Yeah. But who actually finds the key? Why, it's Abakito. Yeah, he's the one who actually finds the key. And he actually risks his life while also chopping off his own hand to get this damn key. And Gorno, once again, for the second time this particular story, where he actually risks his life in order to stop somebody. Yeah, the last time it was... Actually, this is like the third time this has happened. The first time is when he saved Hakuto, who actually was a character from part 3. Actually, from the previous part, showed up in this one. Yeah, risked his life to save him. He did it again when he saved the whole group from a guy who makes people deflate like a balloon. And now he did it again. This time he got himself purposely infected by the purple haze. And he was able to actually kill the guy with the purple haze gas, this virus that they explained for. Yep. And of course, the whole thing with mirrors, so that was quite interesting. Fugo doesn't do much of anything in this episode. It's more like Avocado, and I call him Avocado because that's kind of how his name is spelled, and they don't. Well, they haven't officially released like a dub for this particular season yet, so I'm calling him Avocado. Yeah, of course, Fugo, there's a reference to his past. They referenced Avocado's past from a few episodes back, which I'm a little surprised they did that. And I gotta point this out though about Pompeii. Now, Pompeii, from what I've heard about it, it's a tourist attraction. There are tours all over the place. Why in this particular one is Pompeii the site itself? Why is like nobody there? There is no security, which, from what I've heard, even for Italy they do this. I have heard that for Greece, for their historic monuments, they actually have armed security to guard all their historic monuments. I'm not sure about Italy and their historic monuments. I'm sure in the case of Pompeii, they probably would have armed guards for this place, but there's nothing. Which I think that's weird. And this is Pompeii, mind you, the city that was basically buried by Mount Vesuvius back in 879 AD. Yes, something that happened like over 1,000 years ago. And you don't see much of Pompeii at all. It's like very little. You see a few half buildings here and there. I mean, this is Pompeii, mind you. And they go to a small section of the city, which, okay, I would have thought with them at Pompeii. I'm sure from the perspective of the anime, they probably thought, okay, they're at Pompeii. I'm sure some people are quite interested in how the anime is going to do this. And I gotta say, it looks very bland. Yeah, it's like a few ruined buildings, and one building gets partially damaged, and that's it. That's the most disappointing thing about this two-parter is the fact we're going to Pompeii, and we get barely anything from Pompeii. I mean, I get the fact, yes, the city is kind of, I've seen pictures of it, the city is kind of like this in real life, but I highly doubt it's just this desolate where there's like nobody here. I would have thought there'd be some tourists. Now, either the place was actually closed that day or something else. Also, how the heck did the boss take the time to hide a key in a room where I'm sure a lot of people probably visit every day? And yet it's like this, particularly very weird. The villain was just okay. I gotta hand it to basically how they defeat him with gas, which that was quite interesting because usually the way villains get killed off in this particular series, they usually get stabbed, they get beat to death, or they get defeated by some other thing. But gas? That's new. Though this is that for the manga. Yeah, not much else to say. Just a pretty good episode. Though the episode does have something that you don't see a lot in anime. A post-credit scene. Yes, a post-credit scene. We have the head of the assassins show up to examine a corpse at a train station. And that's it. That's how the episode ends. And next week's episode is called Incido del Vento and Arudo. Vento Arudo was actually the original translated title for Golden Wind, but they changed the Golden Wind because of this particular season. Yep. So that's it for this particular review. Now, I was hoping that they would release a new chapter for My Hero Academia, but for some reason, there's no new chapter being released. Yeah, there's nothing. And the manga didn't say that the series is going hiatus this week. I've heard no mentions online if the series will take a break again. Because as far as I can tell this year, since I started reading My Hero Academia, the series has only taken like 2 breaks. The first time was basically around the same time that the anime took a week off. The second time was after the release of the film a couple months ago. Yeah, that was basically it for hiatuses. It's odd though that we really have a one-week hiatus after that cliffhanger at the end of the last chapter. Give it to what you will. Yep, so that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my review what my comic corner I'm going to do next, okay? But until I see you next review, bye.